As a future educator, I believe in having a growth mindset. When I started playing flute in sixth grade, it was not something I was interested in learning about or getting any better at. For years, I went with little to no extra practice and gained a little amount of skills from where I had started. During this time, I had more of a fixed mindset. Not only was I already disinterested in playing, but I believed that even with practice, I would not become any better. When I entered into high school, this is where it started to change. I started to become more interested in my playing and wanted to be more engaged in my ensemble and other musical activities, such as solo and ensemble. This is where I started to have more of a growth mindset. It got to the point where I would be practicing every night and trying to perfect whatever piece we were playing to the best of my ability. My sophomore year, this is when I decided to start participating in solo and ensemble with a solo. This is something that forced me to really practice even more. With doing all of this and being so excited about it, I was getting exponentially better very quickly. After a year of this, I came to a place where I thought I did not need to practice as much. I figured, I've gotten so much better and I'm a really good player, I don't need as much practice as others. I was again participating in solo and ensemble with a much harder piece. Again, I had once again transitioned into a more fixed mindset. I did not think it could get much better from where I was at now. When my practicing time started to decline, so did my skills shown within ensemble. Not practicing our pieces as much was now making me go from better to worse. It felt like I was falling behind others once again and needed to get back on track. I eventually did this and have been on track to success since then. I think this sets a really good example for my future and others' futures in teaching. I believe that as a teacher, it is so important to have a growth mindset not only for yourself, but for your students. Knowing that you do not always have to stay where you are at and that you can improve on your teaching skills and abilities is important. Being able to ask and answer questions like, how can I make this more engaging? What can I do to improve on this? And how can I get my students to succeed? I believe that making sure your students think this way as well will eventually help them to succeed in what they are doing. From my experience, I did not really have anyone who was encouraging me to keep practicing and to get better during my decline. Being able to be that person to someone could be very important and keep them on track with their growing musical abilities. I believe that creating that environment where they are able to grow and learn is important for them and yourself as the teacher. I believe that all of these things are what will not only help your students succeed, but will also show improvement and growth in yourself as the teacher. This I believe.